Shima stood there, gritting her teeth, grinding them back and forth, glaring through the view screen, hate in her eyes. "So, Captain Shima, what'll it be? Are you going to leave your crew to fend for themselves, or make a decisive choice as captain to save their lives rather than your pride?" "You go to hell," Shima replied. "You'll pay for this, Captain Mika. You can rest assured of that. The Rota Empire will see to it. But I suppose in the meantime, crew members, this is Captain Shima. I'm afraid circumstances have gone awry. We underestimated the capabilities of the enemy vessel, and thus have been defeated. All ship systems have been compromised. Escape pods are non-functional, and we cannot detonate the core. Our loss is absolute. At this point, any attempt to fight back will be pointless. Their ship is intelligent and self-governing, and thus we cannot simply fight and take their ship instead. It would amount to nothing. Even if we killed every member on board their crew, their ship is still sentient and would not allow us to take control. It'd empty us all out into space before that. So, this is a direct order from your captain. You are to follow their orders. Discard all weaponry and begin making your way to the brig. Whether her promise to leave us unharmed is true or not, a hope that she is actually as merciful as she claims to be is truly all we have at this point. It is our only chance of survival. So, for those who wish to live, we must roll the dice. Agree to Mika's terms. This is my decision as captain. However, for any of those on board the ship that do not feel like placing your fate in her hands, I will not begrudge you choosing your own death, to die fighting, if that is what you wish. And if that be the case, I will assure that your funeral is an honorable one. That is all, my crew." "Well, let's see here," Mika said, looking at a holographic projection directly beside her. "Everyone heard that, correct? So, do we have any fighters? I've hacked into your systems now, so I'm actually able to track the total number of crew members and your locations, and digitally analyze your activities. All crew members who are willing to submit can go ahead and throw down your weapons and raise your hands. Exovol will be able to analyze the data and label you as non-combative, and will not impede or harm you in any way. Let's see, you have, wow, 164 members on your crew. Let's see how many of them are fighters," Mika said as she looked into the screen. "Well, it appears that most everybody is beginning to give in. No fighters yet. We're almost through. 86 submissions, 98, 112, 140. And there we have it. All members of the crew have agreed to relinquish control and not fight. A smart move, guys. Definitely the choice I would have went with," Mika said with a smile. "Well, to all you members, now aboard the crew of the Exovol. Congratulations, guys. We just won our first fight," Mika said, as a rain of cheers began to emit from the background, as Captain Shima just scowled. It took about 4 hours to accumulate all of the members of the enemy ship into the brig. As promised, they gave no resistance, even Captain Shima herself. After which, Exovol continued the arduous process of incorporating this new ship into its physical form. Of course, with a little engineering help for design, courtesy of Oscar and Mia once more. And the crew of the Exovol began to explore the corridors of this new segment of Exovol, gathering what they could before the complete absorption began. Meanwhile, down inside of the brig, Captain Shima and her crew sat in multiple lockdown cells behind powerful energy fields, keeping them locked inside. It was there they sat, stewing in their defeat, as the doors to the brig opened, and in walked a sight that was very familiar to Captain Shima at that point. It was Mika, along with a guest, several of them in fact. Coming along with her were 3 Kothians, as well as Ricola, the ship doctor. Well, hello Captain Shima. How are you guys doing? Mika said as she approached the cell with Shima in it, also filled with many of her other crew members. What? You here to taunt me now, too? You've already taken my ship, my command, my honor, and now you just want to stomp on it. Is that alright? Well, why do you have to be so serious about everything? I mean, really. Yeah, it sucks. You lost your ship. It's a bummer, no doubt. And you had a big one. I suppose that means now I have a big one. But I digress. I'm not here to mock you. Just because you lost the game doesn't mean you didn't play it well, or that you deserve to be insulted. I'm here for a very simple reason. It's standard protocol within wartime law that all people being held prisoner are to be given medical treatment. What? Shima replied, looking confused, staring past the energy field. Yes, Ricola is here to treat injuries. We understand that the battle has most likely taken a heavy toll. There are no doubt many members of your crew who are injured. As such, I will take the most seriously injured of you for immediate medical assistance. If you have any medical staff yourself, they are welcome to come, assist, and oversee treatment of your crew. Take in mind, security forces will be there in order to maintain safety. But Mikola promises you will be well taken care of. Ricola is a very experienced doctor. So, you're actually abiding by the laws of holding prisoners within the sector. You're going to treat our injuries. Yes, starting with the most seriously injured of you, Mika responded. We're also beginning to tide off rations in order to give you food. Currently, the process of integrating your ship into ours is going to be a tedious one. But after the process is complete, we'll begin construction on an emergency escape vehicle. It will not be given any arms or defenses. However, you will be given food, rations, a custom-built lightspeed drive, capable of lightspeed 1. It won't get you anywhere in a hurry, but it will get you there. After which, you'll all be sent on your way. Well, all except for her, Captain Shima, Sostis said, stepping forward. You'll be staying as our prisoner. The Kothian High Council will be quite glad to take you into custody. I'm sure you have lots of information to provide. Hey, hold your horses, Mika said, turning towards Sostis with an angry expression. I never agreed to anything like that. Nonsense. This is a job. We're the ones paying you. You've captured a very important asset. Someone who has knowledge and information that the Kothian Empire can use. We will gladly compensate you for the extra effort and this little gift that you've given us. Absolutely not, Mika replied, as suddenly Captain Shima got a stunned look on her face, an expression that was telltale that she didn't understand. Why? Why would you refuse a paid offer? You're working for them, right? Yeah, I'm working for them, Mika replied, looking back to Shima. But I am not a member of the Kothian Empire. I'm not at war with the Rota. The Kothians are. And though I am performing a job for them, I am by no means required to obey their every order, nor always do what's in their best interest. I am performing a single task, the task of transporting these 3 individuals back to their home world. And that is all I am required to do, Mika said, looking over to Sostus, still angrily. I have no intentions on handing anyone over as your prisoner. This war is yours and to be fought on your own time and terms. When you go ahead and do the battling and conflict yourself, endanger your own crew, you can decide to take prisoners then. But this is my ship, my crew, and I'm not going to be handing anyone over as a war prisoner. She's not some interstellar fugitive or criminal. She's simply a soldier on one side of a war, and I'm not siding with either side. This whole thing was just a job from the beginning. I have no intentions on being embroiled within a war, or the hatred between 2 different races. That's your own business. You keep me, my ship, and my crew out of it. All of the members of Shima's crew, including her, will be released, given safe transport and supplies to make their way to somewhere they can contact their people and get home. If you want someone to fight your war for you, then call your military, not me. Captain Shima said, beginning to laugh, somewhat of a joyous laughter. You're for real, aren't you? This isn't a game. You truthfully aren't siding with them. To be honest, this is a turn of events I didn't foresee. I honestly expected to be tortured almost immediately. But it appears once again I've underestimated you, Captain Mika of the starship Exovol. But this time it wasn't your ship I underestimated. I underestimated your honor. You have far more of it than I ever expected you to have. A no-name captain, a no-name ship, not affiliated with any military force, and yet there is honor in your actions, Shima said, staring through the energy field. We may not be friends, Captain Mika, but as a captain of the Rota military army, you have my respect. You are a woman of your word. If one day in the distant future we should ever come into conflict again, I assure you I will take this into account. It has been a very long time since I met anyone with honor like that, who wasn't part of some military, bound by a code, or some sort of religious rite. It's easy to have honor when honor is necessary, when there are those overhead forcing it upon you, but to have no governing force that rules over you, and have it still, that is ever the more impressive. I salute you, Captain Mika, Shima said, giving a smile and a slight bow through the field of energy, placing one hand over her stomach, as she did. Well, thank you, Captain Shima. I do my best to not be a spineless piece of crap like a lot of the people that you'll find around here. And if we ever do meet again, don't expect me to take it easy on you just because I already took one of your ships. I fight to win. Shima replied, laughing once more. Likewise, she said, as again she pulled one of her fingernails up, pressing some hair behind her ear, her eyes beginning to glow a brighter purple. In fact, for some odd reason, I'm hoping then that next time that we come into conflict, that I'll be able to actually fight you. Something tells me you've got some struggle in you. It's been a long time since I win a few rounds. I hope someday I'll get to. And don't expect me to take it easy on you, Shima said, smiling.